Hello students, so today we will be learning about linear algebra. And today what we will be covering? We will be covering the basics of it. We will start from small and by taking small steps we will cover all the topics. Okay? So the first and the foremost thing we will learn for today is about matrix. So let me take an example for you. If I take -1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 7 here. So the line, that is the horizontal line, so these two are basically what? This is nothing but these are rows. So we will represent it as R1 and R2. And the vertical ones are the columns. So we will represent it as C1, C2, C3. So from this what we can clearly understand that the number of rows is equal to 2 and the columns is equal to 3. So now if we want to write the order of matrix, what we will write first? We will write the number of rows first. So we will write 2 cross and the number of columns is 3. Now if we count the number of elements, so it is 6, and whenever we solve this order we get it as 6. So from this example what we can conclude that if there are m rows in a matrix and there are n columns in a matrix, then we will have mn elements. So if we state this in a simple sentence, I would state the definition of matrix as what? Matrix definition will be a matrix is the collection of mn elements arranged in m rows and n columns. So I hope you have understood the concept and the definition of the matrix. Now we will be moving ahead with the concept of row matrix. Clear? So the concept of row matrix is wherever you see in a matrix there are only one row, that means it is a row matrix, and the main crucial point is that there can be multiple columns but the row will be only one. So let me take an example. So the example is -1, 2, 3. So if I want to write the order of matrix, first the number of rows, that is here I have 1 row and the number of columns is 3. So here we can clearly understand as the row number of rows is 1, so it's a row matrix. So now we will be moving ahead with another type of matrix, that is the column matrix. So can you guess the concept of column matrix? Yes, it is the vice versa of row matrix. That means the concept is just the opposite. What I mean by opposite? I mean by opposite is that only one column is there and there can be multiple rows. Okay? Clear enough? Let me take an example and make you understand. -1, 2, 3. So this is a matrix. So the number of rows are 3 and the number of column is 1. So the elements we get it as 3. Similarly here the elements which we have got for row matrix is also 3. So another major concept is hidden in this particular row and column matrix, that is if we do the transpose of row matrix we get the column matrix, or in other words if I say that the transpose of row matrix is column matrix and the transpose of column matrix is row matrix. So what I told just right now, that the transpose of row matrix is nothing but the column matrix and the transpose of column matrix are nothing but the row matrix. So I hope you have understood the concept till here. Now we will be moving on and will be covering some another basic concepts. So let's move and see what is it. So now we will be covering about the square matrix. So square matrix, if I write M is equal to N, what can you understand? We have always represent M as number of rows. So if a number of rows is equal to a number of columns, then we get our square matrix. In simple language, if I say a matrix in which the number of rows are equal to the number of columns, it is called as square matrix. So let me show you an example. -1, 2, 3, 4. So here the number of rows are 2. The number of column is also 2. So this we can get that there are 4 elements, and as the number of rows and the number of columns are equal, we can simply state it as this is a square matrix. Now we will be covering the rectangular matrix. So now the concept of rectangular matrix is nothing but the opposite of square matrix, where the number of rows is not equal to the number of columns, or in simple language, if I say a matrix in which the number of rows are not equal to the number of columns is called as rectangular matrix. Let me show you an example for it. If I write 1, 3, 7 and 2, -1, 4. So from here we can clearly see that the number of rows is 2 and the number of column is 3. So here the number of rows is not equal to the number of columns. So we can say it is a rectangular matrix. Okay, so I hope you have understood the concept. So if we can recall about one particular operation, that is determinant. Okay, so why I am right now speaking about determinant, or there are two another operations which we have, that is rank and eigenvalue, which we will be covering in our upcoming lectures very importantly. Why I am speaking about this operation? Because it have a very hidden concept with this square matrix and rectangular matrix. So if I write this side square matrix and this side if I write as rectangular matrix, so basically why I am writing this, it determinant, rank and eigenvalue, it is, that is the square matrix, determinant exists for square matrix, rank exists for square matrix, also eigenvalue exists for square matrix. But determinant doesn't exist for rectangular matrix and eigenvalue also doesn't exist for rectangular matrix, but the rank exists for rectangular matrix. So you can clearly understand the concept here, that which particular operation exists for which matrix. It will help you in any of the examination. So I hope you have understood all the concept which is dealing with the basics of linear algebra which we have covered today. So we have covered the basic and the foremost concept, like what is matrix, what is row matrix, what is column matrix, what is square matrix, and what is rectangular matrix. So what you need to do now, you need to keep learning, keep revising. I will be seeing you soon. Till then, what you need to do, be happy and have a great day.
Pursuing engineering? Confused how to start your study plan? Take it slow, cause it's okay to be confused in the beginning. Presenting before you the Classfly community, an innovative platform for community learning. If you're an engineering student and understand the concept, share an explanation video for your fellow mates. What could be better than a learner explaining a concept to others? Join the community and make the learning process fun and interactive. Cover every topic and clear all your doubts. Visit classfly.in to join.